Hello everyone and welcome back to the Anime Villainous Tournament arc of 2026. We have made it to the semifinals. We've made it to the final four. It is Oscape, Dgessner, Divitai, and Dragonfly, our final four this year. Is this all completely new names? Has Dgessner made it to the top four before? I think he might have, I'm not sure, but definitely a couple of new faces in this year's final four, so very exciting. The first semifinal match we're going to be seeing will be Oscape versus Dgessner. So those two will be going up against each other first to see which one of them makes it into the finals and which one of them is going to go into a third place match. So without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, here we go with Oscape versus Dgessner, and Oscape will be winning the dice roll and being our starting player. Chat, it's very unlikely that my mic will pick any of it up, but I just want you to know that very unlucky timing. There is a small bit of construction work happening in my area during this, so if you hear any random beeps or like heavy machinery, that's the cost of doing business to make this scheduling work. This ended up being the worst possible day for this to happen, but it's fine, it'll work out. We're going to see Oscape ban Griffith, very popular ban this tournament arc. Griffith, Yaldabaoth have both been really popular bans. I think Togoro's been getting banned a good bit, but definitely Griffith and Yaldabaoth I think have been among the most banned. And we're going to see an Orochi ban from Dgessner. I think Dgessner might have a history of hating playing against Orochi. I don't remember. So we could see Dgessner's Oculus here. He might pick Oculus even if it's the most obvious thing for him to do, purely because he wants to try and get another Oculus thumbnail. It's going to be QB, actually. QB into Yuno. This is Battle of the Waiting games here. It's the first time we've seen QB in this. That's what he's doing. He wants the QB thumbnail, because we haven't had QB yet in Tournament Arc, so he knows I'll use QB, probably. More than likely, at least. I am not a big fan of playing as QB. I do not like playing QB at all, but Dgessner does. I've seen him play a good bit of QB. So we'll see. You might have heard that little bang noise. They're doing something out there, man. Horrible time for it to be happening, but it is what it is. Hopefully they're not too loud, if my mic is even picking any of it up. So we are going to see Oscape going first. He's probably going to be going straight to Abandoned Hotel for a Fate. And Yuki's going to go to school, so he is not going to be getting a token on Yuki out the gate. He wants to get a time stop ASAP here. Did not get a time stop. Very unfortunate. It's one of the worst things about QB is trying to get that early time stop to stop QB's fate pressure. Not getting a time stop here is especially bad for Yuno, because Yuno does not want to get fate spammed early while she's trying to do all of her setup. We're going to see a huge discard. Discarding Myrrh here is interesting. I probably would have kept Myrrh for the Yuki's house turn coming up here to try and get some useful cards early. We're going to see a happy end and probably discard Hayama. I'm not sure I'd do a discard here. You could get something worse. All right, it's Reiki. That's probably not as bad as Hayama. Overall. A little bit of a risk there of getting Oscape to draw one of the... And then we're going to see an Immortality thrown out, even though it does nothing here. We're going to see an Explosion in C2. It's going to move Yuki over to Yuno's house. See, Myrrh would have been really nice here. Take your pick of whatever card you want. Get Knife out really fast. Get Crossbow out really fast. You really want Knife and Crossbow ASAP. And Katana. And we're going to see a Decoy Trap to get Reiki out of there, and then we're going to see a Fake Defeat. He's going to set up exactly where that Decoy Trap is going to go. Unfortunately for him, QB is definitely going to Monika's bedroom. QB will just bounce. Oh, and we saw Elsa Maria got played here. Actually, I didn't notice that. QB will just bounce these Fate locations until you take away School Rooftop via time stop. That'll be that. And QB is going to go to Monika's bedroom, unsurprising. And we'll see Hinata. Really unfortunate fate for Oscape. That just means that this is completely random. He has to use Decoy Trap anyway, though, because he has no choice. He doesn't have Parent Skulls out. Going to Abandoned Hotel. It's going to be Yuno's house. That's very unlucky. Doesn't even get a hero off the top fate. Does get Knife out, which is really good. So he's up to 2 strength now. He can easily kill Reiki. Time stop? Did get a time stop here. Perfect. Just in time. You're going to see an Immortality. I didn't see what card he shuffled in there. It was on screen, though, so you at home probably got to see it. Going to see Dgessner go over to downtown and throw out a double wish. Going to get Madoka and Sayaka both out immediately and remove those from the game. Going over to Yuki's house, and this will get a token on Yuki. Takes away the activate, but probably doesn't really need the activate right now, to be honest, so it's good to go ahead and start dinking Yuki here and there. This is going to be a real rush at the end game. We're going to see Axe and Knife here, and then Stalker, or sorry, Knife was already out. Stalker into playing Axe into Control Console, playing Stalker at the end of turn. And then this Fate is going to get Yamotsu just to take away that gain 1 discard there. As Dgessner gets out his Grief Seeds and does some discarding. Good time to get Grief Seeds on board. He is going to give up Stalker immediately. So he gets another... He played a Fake Defeat, didn't he? Yeah, I think. So Axe plus that is going to get Yuki down too. Trying to speed run Yuki a little bit here. He really needs to get another weapon out so that he can get to 3 strength. He's actually just going to play another copy of Stalker and then Fate. Awful Hunting Witches. I would move Sayaka and then move Elsa Maria. Move Sayaka onto Madoka's bedroom and then move Elsa Maria to Mitakahara Park because the move is covered anyway. He can hear me? He can hear me? He's making the optimal play? Yeah, that transformation honestly was really good, especially getting Elsa Maria out of place, so now a potential Hunting Witches can kill her without giving a benefit. And then no interference with the Stalker play to gain 2 and then draw up to 6. This is a pretty good Yuno game thus far, despite the early hero storm going on. We're going to see a companion thrown out so that the hero locations are now double plays. And then another wish. Ooh, okay, Dgessner is going for a heavy hero shenanigans. He's just going to play out all of his wishes, it seems like. Probably doesn't want to play out Hamura. We're going to see Yuki Teru Diary played here, and then activating Control Console. I think does he still know this next Diary deck use? Oh, I don't think he had any traps to pull. Oh, he's going to Selective Memory. Okay. Putting back in Myrrh and Trick Reversal and to Protect You and Stalker. All very good cards. Oh, and also I think that was Axe at the end. It makes sense to put Axe back in. He's going to draw, and then you discard these, right? Yeah, so he's going to discard 5 of these. With so many cards in hand, he could actually end up having to discard some stuff he doesn't want to. This is looking to be a pretty strong early game for Yuno. That second Fate time stop really saved him. If he had not gotten a time stop on that second Fate, I think he'd be in a much worse position. His Fate deck hasn't been too damaging to him. It's all low tier heroes. The problem is that all the really strong ones are about to start coming in next, which could be a problem. Does he still have 2 card plays here? He's going to activate Yuki Teru Diary to look at that top card. Does he still have 2 plays here, counting Stalker? So he looked at the top with Yuki Teru Diary and then decided to play Fake Defeat, so he must not have liked where Yuki was moving to. Now is a really good time to start focusing progress because Fates progressively do less and less to QB. Honestly, Fating QB every other turn right now is plenty. And that was the end of his turn. Fating QB every other turn is plenty right now. You don't really need to fight for Yuno's house. If you focus on progress instead, it'll take a while, especially with no Labyrinths out yet, for we're going to see John covering that top activate and making Fake Defeats and whatnot worse. He's going to throw down a Machinations. Still no, and then an Immortality as well. No Labyrinth yet, and no Omnipresence to get a Labyrinth is rough for Dgessner. He's going to move Sayaka back to downtown, so everyone's at downtown, which also triggers Kirsten being played from hand. You still pay for Kirsten? Yeah. Someone's After Me is going to move Yuki over to the house. And then we're going to see a Blade Trap thrown down at John. Interesting, throwing Blade Trap down here. Transformation. Honestly, Kyoko here to the far left isn't too bad. Or you could Sayaka and move Kirsten also to Mitakahara Park. I think both are pretty good. But I don't dislike doing Kyoko, because if there's a Labyrinth in hand and you hit it, then... Oh, he's actually just gonna Hunting Witches Kirsten. I don't know about that. I don't like having all of the... I really like having a hero at Madoka's bedroom. Yeah, and then we're gonna see Immortality is just gonna put put Kirsten back in. I don't think I like that play. I think I would have preferred either Kyoko to Monika's bedroom or Sayaka to Monika's bedroom and put Kirsten at Mitakahara. Really punish Dgessner for covering up the move at downtown. Parent Skulls to be able to keep the Blade Trap. Very nice. And I think Dgessner knows these next two diary cards, and he's not getting faded here. There's the Labyrinth. And then, oh my goodness, playing Walpurgisnacht. Okay. He's going straight for Monika. Makes sense. Yeah, if you had hit Walpurgisnacht or Labyrinth with Kyoko there, it would have been really good. Oh, it was an all clear, so it was a guaranteed kill on John anyway, actually. And then, did Yuki lose a strength there? There he goes. Yeah, because you got rid of Stalker. So Yuki's down to that already. This Walpurgisnacht Monika situation, though, is very worrisome. Gonna see another Blade Trap over at those two. He knows where Yuki is moving next turn. But a Fate is gonna mess with that. Manene's gonna get rid of that Blade Trap. Yeah. Unfortunate for Oscape. This is really dangerous. And I think 2 of the 3 Hunting Witches have already passed. Yeah, I really wish that he had done the transform play, especially because discarding Kirsten. Kirsten is so easy to play. I really wish he had moved Sayaka or Kyoko instead to do movement shenanigans. We're going to see an I'm Surrounded. That's going to bring Yuki back over here and get him to -5, so he's at 7 strength. Not bad. No interference, just to gain some power, and then a Fate. Gets back to the start in Friendship. I'm not sure that Friendship is really going to do enough here. Pardon me. I might have done back to the start there to protect Monika from getting... Friendship might be better. I don't know. Neither of them are great. And we're going to see the Hopeful Wish to get Hammer out anyway, so... Friendship probably was better in the long run, but... And then we're going to see a Madness killing Kirsten to give Monika -2, and then she gets another -2 at the end of turn. Meanwhile, over at Yuki's house, and he is coming back over here and getting another minus. This is going to be a major race to the end, but I think I really favor QB in this race because of this Walpurgisnacht Monika combo that's happening. Going to see Kamado and Katana come out. Monika is going to be in death range next turn. Yeah, you got to play Aru here. There are too many characters on board for Keigo to really be worthwhile. A rock is there. You could just put that back on top, force him to go to school. School's not a very good turn, and it means that he's not going to interrupt Monika dying. I would just put a rock is there back on top. Because if he goes to school just to get another -1 on Yuki, like all he accomplishes that turn is getting a -1 on him and then playing a card, and you guarantee, that means you're probably, yeah, because Monika's going to be at 0 at the end of this turn. That's a serious threat. We're going to see a Charade here. This hero spam into Walpurgisnacht shenanigans has really worked out for Dgessner here. And he's going to get rid of Companion here because he's ready to... Clashing Monika means that, like, -3 strength to a hero every turn, which is insane. A rock is there. Going over to Abandoned Hotel, we're going to see a Protect You into activating Control Console. Does he know this next? Oh, he's just playing out a Blade Trap. Then we'll see a Fate. Does get a transformation to... oh, he's going to use it on Hamura? I would have tried to have saved Monika for at least one more turn. Made him go and clash her at Mitakahara Park at least to make the clash bad. I don't agree with that play. I think that was a mistake. Now he's got Monika, and it didn't cost him, like, anything to get her. He still gets to take a pretty good turn over here. Yeah, gain 3 and then just persuade Hamura back. I think Oscape might not... maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's making the best plays that he can. But, yeah, now Hamura dies in just 2 turns, and this Fate is super locked down. I think this is... It's not impossible, but this is looking really in Dgessner's favor. He's got to hit Yuki here. He didn't. And Blade Trap doesn't work because of Reiki. Not getting Yuki here to get him down. The only way I see Oscape winning this is if he can nuke down Yuki 6 strength in the next, like, 4 turns, And the fact that he didn't get the double right there makes me think it's not possible. I don't think he's going to be able to. He also didn't get a trap to discard here, so unless he just drew Axe to play Axe, he's not going to be able to kill Aru. He did get Axe, very lucky for him, so Aru will die. I don't feel confident that he can get the rest of this down on Yuki fast enough with this Walpurgisnacht Kriemhild Gretchen combo going on. And we could see, honestly, a dead end here wouldn't be bad. The thing is I don't think that Dgessner really wants to break up the stack on Yuno's house. He really just wants to keep Yuno's house absolutely covered. Because as long as Oscape doesn't get back any fate pressure, it's purely a race. And in this insane setup, I think QB wins this race. He really just needs to draw like Tragedy or some Torments to speed it up a little bit. So he is going to set up that. And then we'll see Charlotte is thrown down here, and Hamura is now ready to be clashed. Arak is there, so that's going to move Yuki there. Manene dies to the Blade Trap. Honestly, I might have killed Reiki there. This is a good turn for body destruction. Just put him at Mitakahara Park. Yeah, the body destruction is supposed to stay out. It's not going to matter, but it's fine. We're going to see it protect you, and it is going to be Blade Trap again. I think he's playing this wrong. I think that he needs to be using these protect yous to make sure that he dinks Yuki, not to reclaim the top fate. More fate pressure is really not going to help you here. You have to get into Showdown, like, immediately. We're going to see an Omnipresence into Persuasion, so that'll get that time stop back in rotation, which is good for him, and now Hamura dies. Unfortunate for Oscape that he had that in hand. And then Kyoko, I think, is going to go down to 0 immediately because of, yeah, this is, I don't see Oscape bringing this back. Not with the way he's playing it, at least. I don't think he knows what this top card is, so. If he had gotten Yuki with the previous Protect You and then was hitting Yuki again with another Protect You here, that would put Yuki at -10. Maybe he'd have a chance. He's going to go to school, so that's another missed Protect You. He is going to be able to open the top fate here with Blade Trap plus Kamado. But I'm doubtful that that's going to matter. He's going to activate to see where Yuki's going next turn. And he's going to get the discarding the Hunting Witches to get rid of Hamu Lily. But that means, honestly, you might have needed to have killed Kriemhild Gretchen there, to be honest. Yep, I'm going to get Mommy out with the Lonely Wish and enter Showdown, and then Clash Kyoko. Now you draw up to 5. And Sayaka's going to go to 0, so a Persuasion gets a kill here. I don't know if he for sure has one in hand or not. But, like, Persuasion, if he has Persuasion and Torment, or Persuasion and then, like, any Strength Loss card, like Torment or, well, one Torment wouldn't be enough, actually. I think you have to have Tragedy or Madness. Then he's got Mommy dead on board. Gonna get the Futon here, and then Yuki's gonna lose 2 thanks to Axe. I'd feel a lot more like Oscape has a chance if he had gotten either of those 2 Protect Yous earlier. We are gonna see a Protect You here. He's gonna see where Yuki's going, so barring a catastrophic fate, he'll be able to get Yuki down to 10. Oh, he's going to fake defeat, actually. So he knows what those 3 are, but there are a handful of fates that could screw this up for him. Does Dgessner have a Persuasion, is the real question. And so hero movement is happening one way or another. Yeah, betting that the top card is not all clear, because why would it be? So, getting Yuki over there. And then throwing down a Labyrinth at the bottom fate, and then just discarding all these Torments and everything, and getting... Okay, didn't have a Persuasion. So there's like 2... Oscape has like 2 turns to win. And it is not looking great. He is going to Katana here. An explosion in C2 will bring Yuki over, so that gets him to that. Does he have an axe or a gas trap to set up killing Yuki next turn? Because I really thought that Dgessner would have a persuasion there to get the Sayaka kill, but because he didn't get the Sayaka kill, we're going to see him play out another fake defeat. Because he didn't get a Sayaka kill, this could... Okay, so he is going to abandon Hotel, and he's set up to get it. This could be insane. Not having a persuasion there might have killed Dgessner. Machinations to move Mommy to wherever he needs Mommy to be to get the kill. I don't think it's possible for Oscape to get the Hayama kill. He has to, like, top deck the challenge. He has to, like, top deck the challenge to get away with this. No, he is going to put her at the top fate to get rid of the time stop. Makes sense. I think if Oscape gets the challenge, he can win. Yuki's going to move over here and get to 0, so he will get into Showdown. I'm surprised that he made it to Showdown, to be honest. It really was not having that persuasion that, like, ruined Dgessner getting the easy win here. Oh, and Friendship. Yep, that'll save. The challenge or Friendship will save it. That'll buy him 1 turn. I'm going to be shocked if Oscape wins this. It really looked like Dgessner had this on lock. Dgessner is going to go to his fate. He has no choice if he doesn't have a, whatchamacallit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does he have a tragedy? Oh, you definitely kill Aru here. It's going to be Yamotsu. So did get a hero. I think you just put Yamotsu at the top fate. I don't think that outside of Yuki going to Yuno's house for a no interference, I wouldn't split them up. If you split them up, there's a higher chance of no interference winning the game. Well, no, with Yamotsu there, it's fine. Because he can't move to Yamotsu. Yuki did end up at Yuno's house. That's funny. Do we have a no interference? I'm going to put down a decoy trap to keep Hayama at Yuki. Krimheld Gretchen was still able to hit Mommy. If he has Tragedy in hand, it's game. If Dgessner does. Or Madness, or Persuasion Madness, because for Madness, they have to be at the Labyrinth. Gonna throw down Myrrh, and then end his turn there. Dgessner is not immediately going to downtown, so he must not have game. Or going to School Rooftop, rather. Oh, he did play Companion. I didn't even notice that. Ooh, Gertruding over Labyrinth. And then he has a Companion play. Does he have Madness? He has Tragedy. That'll do it. That's game. Props to Oscape. I'm surprised that he got into Showdown. I really expected Dgessner to have a Persuasion. I thought he was holding one for, but I didn't count his cards properly. I thought he was holding one for the Sayaka kill that 1 turn that he didn't get, and that set him back like 2 turns, I think. As a result, instead of immediately having game on board, but he still won it in the end. But props to Oscape for bringing that as close as he did. Good game from both players. And so Dgessner wins the first one, so Oscape is once again going to be our starting player, and he'll get to ban first. And then after Dgessner bans, they will, not they. Dgessner will pick his villain, and then Oscape will get to counterpick. I think the construction they were doing ended, thankfully, like, partway through that game. So, that's good news. We are going to see the Griffith ban again. Very popular ban this year. I gotta go check and see how much Griffith was going on in the qualifier games. Maybe Oscape specifically just hates playing against Griffith. I don't think Dgessner even plays Griffith. I mean, he probably knows how, roughly. So it's going to be the same bans, Griffith and Orochi again. Dgessner is probably picking someone... Ooh, Yuno, okay, yeah. Orochi's a pretty good counter into Yuno, I think. Because he can really mess up her early game while she's setting up with the Fates while making progress, and then it can be difficult for Yuno. It's probably more of a toss-up than I'm thinking, and we're going to see Crollo into Yuno, by the way. This is going to be a fun bloodbath matchup. But you really want to be able to Fate Orochi hard in his mid-game, and Yuno, if she's had really good early game setup with her items and traps, she can get into heavy Fate in the mid-game. But it'll be at the cost of progress a lot of the time, and Orochi will probably blitz effectively. It kind of depends on how the early game setup goes for both Orochi and Yuno. Yuno has to have a really good early game setup, and Orochi has to have like a middling early game setup for that to go in Yuno's favor, I think. We're going to see an early Illumi play to York New and then move, and then immediately following with a Fate. Going to get Ai and Marco on the top Fate. I'd probably move Yuki to school. I'd move Yuki to school here because odds are pretty high that you'll get hit with a double move. There are only 4 cards that'll move him to Abandoned Hotel if he's at school. Yeah, and it was a double move, so it would have put him at the top Fate. Gonna see an immediate Silva onto Illumi. Does mean that first hero play goes to Hideout, though, and an early Fate Storm on Yuno can really mess her up. We're gonna see a Katana and then a heavy discard. Oscape was the one who's just playing Yuno, right? And now Dgessner's playing Yuno? What if I made both thumbnails Yuno? That'd be really funny. We're going to see a Cortopi for no target, which is unfortunate, and then a heavy discard. And then just getting another hero out with Hinata. Doesn't even bother to shuffle the deck. It doesn't really matter. He's using Crollo's early Fate Pressure here. Strange Room is going to move Yuki over to Yuno's house. He's using the Fate Pressure that he has here early to really stuff Yuno down with heroes. So that way, when Crollo hits his mid-game stride, once Crollo hits that mid-game stride, it'll be harder for Yuno to stop him with Fates. I'm not really sure who has the advantage here. I want to say Crollo does. We're going to see a Gas Trap just to hit Hinata and Ai and Marco here. And then we are going to see the continued Fate Storm here. We're going to play Finks and get a heavy draw. Are we going to move Finks to Hideout or move Cortopi to York New? I'd probably move Finks to Hideout so that way if Gon shows up, he doesn't go on a Fate location. Huge discard. Got rid of Pakanota there. It is going to be Finks moved over. We're going to see John and Reisky. I wouldn't bother putting Reisky there. I'd probably put John at Yuki's house. Or John, actually, John at Abandoned Hotel is pretty nice here. He's putting John at school because he wants John to stay and play longer, which I respect, but I still think I would have guaranteed taken away the... Well, it gets taken away by Yuki this turn anyway, but there was no way to know that. Gas Trap is going to weaken Hinata and Ai and Marco. That makes them that much quicker to die to Blade Traps. Ooh, double Crush the Spider. We've seen that Fate so much. I remember when we did testing, I think we saw double Crush the Spider like maybe once over like 40 games of testing Crollo or something. But we've seen double Crush the Spider like 3 times in this tournament, which is crazy. We are going to see a York New turn here. What does he have at York New that he really wants to do? Going to York New just to play Greed Island? I mean, I guess you get the extra move action by going to York New instead of Hideout, but I feel like right now you'd probably want the extra power from Hideout. He's going to move Greed Island. I probably would have moved Cortopi there, but I don't hate that. We're going to see if someone's after me. This was a fake defeat, so Dgessner knows what's happening here. He's going to throw out Axe and then do a heavy discard, and he does get to kill John because that is 4. Yeah, I think John would have been better suited at Abandoned Hotel. Going to see the Cortopi trigger and then move Cortopi over. Pretty nice, pretty nice. And then another Fate, keeping up Fate pressure. I don't know if you Hayama or Dead End here, to be honest. That's a tough pick. Dgessner knows the next 2 cards. So even if you use Hayama, he's going to know where it's going. But he is going to end up dead ending. I probably would have played Hayama here and just assumed that Dgessner made Yuki move to the right on this next turn, because we've already seen Hinata kicks the key. And then I probably would have put Yuki at Yuki's house so he'd move to school. We're going to see Explosion in C2. That's going to move Yuki back over to the top Fate. Pretty good timing for Justice, all things considered. That's going to really slow down Oscape's progress here. I think what Oscape really needs to do, actually, is kill Silva. Going to see a Kamado discard and then a Selective Memory, which is going to put back in Kamado with Happy End and Decoy Trap and Fake Defeat. So that's 4 different card types going in. And then he has to discard the 6 in hand. He's got to discard 2. Gonna get rid of Stalker. And Decoy Trap. Okay. And then Oscape set up these next 2 Diary cards. We're going to see another Fate, or he's going to go to York New here. He could use Cortopia. Cortopia will move to Underground Auction, but it'll get Finks attached. But he doesn't really want to be attaching Finks out of Hideout unless he really wants to for for Justice or to try and do a Bloodbath kill at some point. Oh, he's just moving Finks over, and then, okay, yeah. And then he can play whoever he's going to play. And he can play Hisoka without Hisoka moving to Underground. You really don't want Hisoka at the 2 rightmost locations above all, because then Rogue Limb become an already really strong Fate becomes even worse. And we saw he grabbed a Lumi there to try and set up killing Silva. We're going to see the Someone's After Me moving to Abandoned Hotel. Ooh. And we're going to see a Blade Trap thrown down and then a Fake Defeat to get this back in whatever order Dgessner wants, but we're almost assuredly going to see Fate here. We could see Oscape go to Hideout, play Illumi, and clash Silva, but I think you probably go Underground Auction, move over Hisoka, and then you can play Illumi to hit Silva, is probably what I would expect. He's going to go to Outskirts, actually. Okay. Must really want to discard instead of get that move action. Okay, yeah, he thought twice about it. I was about to say, I'm hard-pressed to... his hand would have to be really bad to want Outskirts over Underground Auction here. He's going to get the -1 on Silva, and then he's going to move over Illumi. I probably would have moved over Hisoka there, personally, but moving Illumi is also fun. Yamotsu here to save the day with Blade Trap, but actually he is just going to play Aru instead and see this top card. He's just going to discard the Someone's After Me. No telling where Yuki is going now. Dgessner knows where he's going. This could be a case where Dgessner knows that he's moving twice. Oh, it's a rock is there. He's just moving to the right. Okay. So Dgessner is going to take the -2 on Yuki turn here. He gets the Blade Trap kill on Aru, and then he can clash anyone here, honestly, especially after throwing out Crossbow, and he's going to kill Ai and Marco. I probably would have killed Hinata first, actually, because of her ability, but it's whatever. We're going to see going to Hideout and playing Greed Island, and then taking a card back and clashing Silva. Oh, no, he had Greed Island out. He triggered it. It was attached to him, right? Franklin play into... You gotta have something that costs 1, even if it's a middling scheme. Oh, he paid 3 power in one go. He played Franklin and Shizuku with the gain 3 he did, and then he moved Hisoka over. This is looking a lot better for Oscape now. Although the top Fate is almost open, which is worrying for Oscape. We are going to see Gone kill Franklin here and cover Underground Auction. I probably would have killed Shizuku, to be honest. He doesn't have a lot of move targets right now, though, so... You definitely go to Outskirts here and move Shizuku. Hatred is still in here, and Silva's in place. That's another ally discarder. We're going to see just hard playing Uvigan and then hard discarding, which is going to trigger Trick Reversal because there was a scheme in there. A little surprised he's getting rid of Phaeton because he really wants to, like, end this game relatively soon. Yeah, Manene to the top Fate is nice. Although, with 1 trap, she's in death range. Dgessner is chunking down Yuki pretty quick here. He does get the Diary out now. Followed by a Protect You to activate it. I think he actually knows what this next card is. He doesn't have another activate target anyway, so. I think he still knew what that was from the fake defeat earlier. I don't remember. This is a good opportunity to kill Gone with Uvigan somehow. Bana Lanov to put the +1 on... pardon me. On Uvigan. It's a little worrisome because an Uvigan Rogue Limb here is really damaging. So this next Fate could be a huge difference maker. If it's Rogue Limb or not. And it is Rogue Limb. That really, really sucks. That really, 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 really sucks. He had a great Underground Auction turn if that just, you know, hadn't happened. That's very unlucky for Oscape. And Yuki only has 5 more strength to go. It's once again looking pretty in Dgessner's favor. Oh, and he played I didn't realize he played another fake defeat. We are going to see the hideout turn here and using Hisoka to take back Franklin. And then gain 3. So he's got 3 play cards here. With one of them being Franklin. Franklin into Scarlet Eyes, so free Scarlet Eyes play. And then Kaluto to nuke down Uvigan back to 2. This is still anyone's game. Oscape is going to have to really speed up these moves, and he doesn't have Spider's Head plus Requiem out, and then Dgessner is just rinsing Yuki. I think it's definitely in Dgessner's favor. He's going to get Parent Skulls out here. And then throw down Myrrh. Are we going to see an Underground Auction turn here or Outskirts? He's going to go to Underground Auction. Did he use Kaluto here? To Bloodbath open? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I guess you just put... I don't know. I might have put Kago at school here. I'd probably put Kago back in. In-game Kago is one of the things that can really delay for you here. I'm not sure Aru is that worth it, but it's not bad. Is going to be an all clear, so Dgessner does not get another subtraction on Yuki here. He's going to get Control Console out. Ooh, Hatred and Kurapika together is pretty rough for Dgessner. We're going to see Gon onto the top fate to kill Franklin, probably. I'd probably kill Shizuku here, to be honest. Oh, he's going to kill Hisoka so that he can't just recover whoever he kills, and it gets another one out of hideout. Plus now going to Shizuku sucks. Oscape really, really, really needs to see Shalnark right now. If Shalnark is in his hand and not these bottom 3 cards, I think he's got a real shot at winning. If Shalnark is in these bottom 3 cards, he's in a rough spot. He does have Shalnark, and he's going to Shalnark the eyes. He used Franklin to play Shalnark into the eyes, gaining him power, then he gained the 1 at Outskirts. So he has his Outskirts play a card left here. This is going to be a close game. Then just a heavy discard. Did he get rid of a Spider Limbs there? I would definitely be keeping Spider Limbs right now. Maybe that was just Phantom Troopy discarded. We are going to see Aru. He's going to get to see this top card. And it is a rock is there. Is it worth forcing him to Katana to get a -1 on Yuki right now? I might use a rock is there and put it back on top to force him to get rid of Katana. With this many heroes out and 2 of them being max strength 4 strengthers, it could be worth it. He did move Yuki, but he didn't put the rock back on top. We should know what this card is. I haven't been keeping track, but they should know. Oh, it's another rock anyway. And he didn't use the Katana for it, fair enough. I think that using the Katana for it just for a -1 and a Fate in this exact scenario would probably be bad. Although, getting a Fate here, it might have actually been worth it just to try and cover Underground Auction. Because this is an insanely strong Underground Auction turn. We're going to see him use the Yukiteru Diary to look at the top card and then throw out a Blade Trap at Aru and then throw out a Happy In. So we're going to see probably Shalnark into Franklin here. A Spider Limb on Bana Lanov would go really, really crazy here. It is going to be a Spider Limb. I would take Bana Lanov. I mean, you could also take Shalnark or Franklin. That's not bad. He is going to take Shalnark. That's fair enough. He wants to be able to go to Hideout and replay Shalnark into Shizuku. That's fair. We're going to see a Fate here, and Happy In will discard one of them. Most likely Yamotsu. Honestly, this Fate isn't that bad. I would leave it. Yeah, just leave it. Okay, so then you play Yamotsu to take the Blade Trap off of Aru. Don't let him Blade Trap Manene. Put him at, like, Yuki's house. I don't like him just giving the Manene Blade Trap there. You want to keep those 4 strengthers out because the 4 strengthers being out is what really pressures Dgessner. Yeah, it's better, I think. With Parent Skulls and all, I'd probably put him at Yuki's house. But Abandoned Hotel is fine as well. But you want to pressure him into having to keep Katana. You don't want to give him an opportunity to give up Katana without being punished for it, which means 4 strengthers need to be in play. He moved Franklin over with the Shalnark move. We're going to see a Bullies ambush me, so he does get a -1 on Yuki from school here, and the Blade Trap kills Yamotsu. Gain 2, and then what's the card play? This is turned back around in Oscape's favor overall, I'd say. We are going to see the Aru Clash via Axe being in play. Also, crossbow triggered anyway, so it was fine either way. Checking to see what these last 3 fates are. He is going to go to Yorknew here instead of Hideout? I would go to Hideout, Shalnark, Shizuku, move in Franklin or move Kaluto or Scarlet Eyes closer and then play out some Spider's Limbs or potentially... Oh, we're going to see a... he's going to Bloodbath using Shalnark plus Nobunaga here to kill Gon. He was checking to look for... He gets to keep Shalnark in this exchange. He was looking for Hatred, which I think is already passed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still got to get some serious movement going here. This is going to be a really close game. Does not get a Yuki hit here. When he hits Yuki again, Yuki's down to -11. We're going to see Melody here killing Greed Island. Dgessner is playing for progress now. He cares more about there not being cards at hideout than he does getting rid of cards that are way over to the side. Although, honestly, I probably still would have done Scarlet Eyes Underground Auction here just to stop the Top Fate move turn. We are going to see a Protect You, so... We could see Yuki die on this turn. Protect You plus Axe plus Ability gets Yuki to 0. Not going to Outskirts here for some reason. Why would you not do this turn at Outskirts? Oh, he has both of the forms in hand and Stolen Ability. I think I still would have done... Or not Outskirts, I mean Underground Auction. I think I still would have done that turn at Underground Auction, to be honest. He knows the top card. You can try to bet where Yuki is moving and put Reiki there, because it'll keep Yuki at 11 instead of 0 with Reiki, but that's a pretty hefty bet. Getting Keigo at max strength to school is probably his best option. And it is going to be Yuki's house. Yeah, I'm not sure I would have made that call, so probably for the best. So Yuki will be dying here, and Dgessner will get into Showdown. He did make it to Showdown first, so it's looking... very good for him. Ooh, Decoy Trap on Keigo is also... Decoy Trap is very strong here. There are people who think Decoy... Yuki still has -12 strength on him, by the way. Otherwise, you can use him with Kamado to kill anyone because he's 12 strength. I don't know why they took the tokens off of him. That's wrong. They shouldn't do that. They should not do that. People will get the wrong idea about how Yuki works. John and Dead End here. Yeah, you just play John just to have more bodies. Honestly, even with like this area is getting nuked down either way. I would just put another body on Yuno's house because you don't want the Top Fate to open. Why would you Dead End here? What does doing Dead End do for you? You're trying to make it so Yuki doesn't move into no interference spots, but I don't think that's worth your time, brother. As opposed to a whole other hero that has to die. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I would definitely just get another body on board that Yuno has to kill. That's what you really need. We are going to see Uvigan played here. He's got 2 attached and 3 at hideout. Not looking hot. Going to see an explosion at C2. Yuki's going to go to Abandoned Hotel, and that's where Keigo is going to go. And then 2 heroes are going to die here. 1 to Blade Trap, because Yuno's at 4 strength here, so Manene dies to Blade Trap, and then he'll get to clash Tsubaki or Hinata at the end of turn. Oscape really set it up to where Keigo would be at the bottom fate? I don't like that. There are people who have said Decoy Trap isn't good, by the way. Decoy Trap is great. Guarantees Keigo. He's going to keep guaranteeing that Keigo is a Yuki. I would leave Keigo at the bottom fate. He activated back Blade Trap, and then he's going to clash Tsubaki. It is not looking hot for Oscape here. I think if he can't like set up game here, he has to go to his bottom fate to put on more pressure. Having another hero with John out would be really nice here. Oh, he redrew into Conductor of Death. That's unfortunate. We're going to see a Spider Limb. You take Uvigan here. Yeah. He's going to get Hayama, which is nice. Move Keigo out of that Decoy Trap, I think is what you have to do. Play Hayama to... you can't play him to the Top Fate because of Knife, but play Hayama to Yuki's house and then move Keigo to school. You can't play Hayama there. He'll die to Knife. Yeah, Hayama dies to Knife. You can't... You gotta watch that. So Hinata dies to Blade Trap here. Honestly, I see a world where... I was about to say you just go to Yuki's house here to... ding Keigo again, another point. Because as soon as Keigo gets to like 5, it's over. And he's at 6 right now. Yuno is at 1, 2, 3. She's at 3 strength by default. Crossbow puts her at 4, so 1 trap puts her at 4. 2 traps puts her at 5, and then also Yuno could get Axe back out. Stalker into gas trap at Yuki's house. Into fake defeat. Why are you fake defeating before before playing the gas trap? I guess he's setting up a katana, Yuki moves here, and then Keigo dies play. Well, you definitely go to underground auction. That misplay on Hayama really cost him. Gonna attach Scarlet Eyes with Cortopi and then go for the Fate. Gets Iron Marco, which is really good. Moves Keigo again. And you can put Iron Marco and Keigo both at the top Fate here. Yeah, but you probably don't. Yeah, you don't put Keigo there. You move Keigo to school because you're worried about the girl Kamado play. Still have your move action, so you move over Cortopi probably. Oh, gonna play Pakunoda. Attach Kaluto, move Cortopi, I think. Oh, just moves Pakunoda instead. That makes sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's game on board. He could still pull this out. It'd be really nice if he had John and or Hayama on board right now. There's a world where Dgessner can win in this board state. I'm not sure. I think this Fate is Leorio. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Leorio doesn't stop it, nor does Gon or a Silva. Is there any Fate he can pull that doesn't stop Curlo from winning this turn? I think Judgment Chain, Shalnark, and Shizuku. No, Cortopi fixes that. We are going to see the double move from Yuki. So Keigo loses none here. Gets Killua. Yeah, you just put Killua at outskirts so he's away from everyone. Can Oscape win from hideout this turn with Killua where he is? With Illumi and being able to move Kaluto over, I think it depends on if he has Nobunaga in hand. I think he has to have specifically Nobunaga in hand. Going to see some discards and then throwing out a happy end, and then there's going to be a protect you to activate back out an item. Blade trap on Iron Marco to kill them. And then gets to draw 6 with Stalker. The thing is I don't think you can go to hideout here unless you win. Well, going to outskirts isn't going to help you either. I think it's either just he has it or he doesn't. This is why I think it was unfortunate that he discarded Phaeton earlier instead of trying to get the power to play him, because Phaeton really helps in these situations. He doesn't have Greed Island or Hisoka either. I think you could look at your discard. I don't know what these 5 cards are, but you do have, no, you don't have Finks, actually. Yeah, he doesn't have any of the cards that help him draw into things that can help him win. The thing is if he has Bloodbath, he should be able to win with Bana Lanov and Illumi and moving Kaluto with Shizuku. As long as he has Bloodbath in hand, he has game here. He just needs to have Bloodbath in hand and he wins. He's going to Franklin... What? He better win this turn, otherwise I think he just threw. Okay, here's the Phantom Troop to enter Showdown. So my idea was you Franklin the Phantom Troop, do out your play, you give a +1 to Kaluto, you move Kaluto with Shizuku, you -1. Yeah, he does all of this. So then he can Clash Melody at the end of turn. He has the extra play card for Bloodbath anyway. Okay, Hisoka's back the Bloodbath, and then he has the top play card to it. Okay, he still won anyway. Very, very, very close game. These games have really been one person heavy in the lead, and then the other person really bringing it back. Great play from both players. Really good stuff. I'm going to be honest. I thought Oscape was done for when he made that Hayama misplay, because putting Hayama into Knife, it literally can't be described any other way than a misplay. He straight up forgot that Knife was a card. But really, really crazy stuff. So we are going to get a third game, which honestly I'm pretty excited for, because it has been great play from both of them here. There's been a couple of missteps here and there, but overall really strong play from both players. I think I'm about to sneeze. I'm going to try and mute. I did manage to mute, and it was one heck of a sneeze, chat. Oh, it was one heck of a sneeze. Are we Are we taking a break, but they're not informing me that we're taking a break? Why are we not pulling out the next thing? I'm not getting informed that we're taking a break. That was a really good game, though, from both players. Really great stuff. Is there a break happening? What's going on here? Why aren't we racking them up? I'm not sure what's happening. They must be stopping for some reason or another, so we'll be back in just a moment to see what's happening. All right, we're back. We're back. It was the judge. Judge McStuffins over here stepped away to see about a package at his door without informing me. I'm calling him out because he's my friend. But, you know, it happens. We're back in it, and Dgessner is the starting player now because he lost that game. He's banning Cell. Banning Cell. Interesting. Is he trying to lure Oscape into choosing Orochimaru or something? Because he was banning Orochimaru previously. I wonder why he would switch up his ban. Cell isn't really like a go-to pick when you're going second, or when you're like to get counterpicked. Maybe Dgessner doesn't have good counterpicks into Cell that he likes to play, and that's why he doesn't want to play against Cell specifically. Oscape is thinking very hard about this ban, thinking very hard about banning Griffith for the third game in a row. All right, so now Oscape has to let himself be counterpicked here, just like Dgessner was last game. Who is he going to choose for this? I'm not sure who Oscape has in his repertoire that he doesn't mind getting... Oh, is he choosing not to ban Griffith because he's going to play Griffith? I was about to say, Griffith is a pretty good person to let yourself be counterpicked into, typically. Oh, you know what? I know why Dgessner didn't ban Orochimaru. Because he thinks Oscape is going to pick Griffith, and Orochimaru is a really good counter to Griffith. Orochimaru getting to go first to start challenging the top fate immediately, and then Griffith's weakest point is his mid-game. He's going to ban Yuno, actually. And he will pick Griffith. Is Dgessner going to pick Orochi here? This matchup can go wrong for Orochi if Griffith gets to Fate Storm Orochi. But with Orochi going first, Orochi gets to go to his top fate first, get something, hopefully, to cover the top fate. Even if Griffith can immediately kill that thing at the top fate, Orochi gets to go to his bottom fate, get a lot of power. That leaves Tanzaku or his top fate open when Griffith gets a cover on it, etc. Orochi can really, outside of bad fate timing, he can really... Oh, he's going to play Yaldabaoth, actually. Ooh. Does Yaldabaoth like this matchup? I'm not sure that Yaldabaoth likes this matchup, to be real with you. Because what's good about Yaldabaoth typically is that Yaldabaoth can really exert fate pressure in the late game, the mid to late game, but you don't really care about, like, Griffith doesn't struggle much from late game fate pressure because he eventually just gets to 6 strength and one-shots everything. So I'm not too sure about this pick. He does get to go first as Yaldabaoth, though, which is really strong because you get an open Prison of Regression turn 1. I was really excited to see him pick Orochimaru there because I thought it was a very clever thing to do with how the bans had gone. Gonna get a turn 1 demise and does hit empty turn 1. That's really rough for Griffith. That is very rough for Griffith. We're gonna see Asuki into Rongda to just really defend palaces. So he's actually gonna immediately... Oh, he got Akechi with the fuse turn 1. And then Rongda's gonna shuffle back in Suki. Well, you get to go to Battlefield to play a Demon Horde and then Fate. Skull immediately. I'd put Skull on Prison here. Honestly, there's a world where you put Skull on Mementos. Nah, you still cover Prison here. Disconnected. We'll be right back in just a minute. I'm gonna have to do another cut here. Okay, we're back. We had a little Steam outage there, and it crashed the server. We had to reload the server like twice to get it to work. But we're back in. We should be good. We had to reload the room and all, but we should be set up. It's the start of Dgessner's turn, and he's moving. I think he lost like 10 or 15 seconds to how things were doing. We're seeing a huge Kopatengu move into Akechi, into the Mementos move to get Akechi closer to Skull to kill him at Palace's next turn while stocking up on power. We will see Oscape going over to Marsh. He really wants to cover up, especially with this early Akechi. He wants to cover up these actions really fast. We're going to see him throw out Tempted. I hate Tempted early. He's going to want to get rid of that quick. We're going to see Panther and Joker here. No, I think you have to play Joker here to Prison of Regression. I don't like that. Especially not if you're... I would have put Panther at Mementos and nuked Akechi. I don't think that was a good play at all. Now he just kills Panther, and then he can start moving Akechi back. I would have rather nuked Akechi down to ruin his efficacy earlier. We are going to see Casca on the battlefield, and Griffith is already too weak to kill her unless he's going to go play Idea of Evil's Will into a clash here. Would be his only way. Probably go to Tower of Rebirth, gain 3, discard, and end his turn to get rid of Tempted immediately. I would immediately get rid of Tempted. He is going to play Conrad, though. I'm surprised you're not going to Battlefield to just hard play... Oh, he's going to... Okay, he's going to Blood Soaked. That just means Casca's back in the shuffle. That's an okay play. I'm not sure that it's my favorite, but it's not bad. You see, if Akechi was at like -3 right now, it'd be really nice. We're going to see him getting Akechi back over to Skull and just discarding cards and playing out Pixie, saying, oh, I didn't see where he played Compendium. He's already got Compendium out. Griffith's going to get another top fate here, throw out a Demon Horde. I'd move Conrad as well, because you need to get rid of Empty ASAP. We are going to see... I might have all-out attack to get Akechi down another one and Pixie one. He is going to move Conrad. I mean, Life Will Change stops moving Akechi into Skull here immediately, unless Dgessner really wants to give up a power for it. He is going to give up a power for it to get Skull out of there. I mean, opening Prison of Regression is super worthwhile in, like, all instances. I'm going to see Jado here. I might put Jado at Tower. Yeah, I was about to say, I might put Jado at Tower to stop the gain 3 Tempted discard turn. You're really well set up. What do you care about getting hit with a Fate right now? We are going to see Oscape going back over to Marsh, which he really needs to. He's got to cover back up Prison immediately, and he didn't get it. Put Joker back on top. You don't shuffle Joker in. You put Joker on top. Yeah, I think it's really... The reason this territory is so open right now is because of that Panther misplay. I think playing Joker would have been better than playing Panther in general to make sure Prison stayed locked down so that this situation didn't happen. But also, I think you should have... If you were going to play Panther, you should have played her to Mementos and nuked down Akechi. I'm debating if he wants to Demise or Casca. I'd probably put Casca on Battlefield here. You don't want to be getting dinged by Fates a lot, but he did get lucky. He did get lucky. It's very unlucky for Oscape that he had a challenge in hand there. We're going to see Justine thrown out and then some discards. I think, unfortunately, Oscape has not... he should put his hand back in his hands. I think, unfortunately, Oscape... He's not going to get rid of Betrayed Jado here? Oh, he can't, because he can't afford to get rid of it, actually. He's going to get Joker here and get Prison locked down, finally, and Akechi is too weak to really deal with Joker right now. Now, we're going to see a Palace's turn from Dgessner here. I'm a little surprised. He's going to pay the 1 in the move to get rid of Life Will Change. I'm a little surprised he's not going to do some Mementos turns here. He's going to get a power from Pixie and from Justine, and then the +1 from Caroline onto Madarame. The other one was Kopatengu, so no ability. Guts is going to lock down the top fate for the rest of the game. Yeah, that early Tempted and then not immediately getting rid of it is really costing him. He's going to get Slan out so Empty can be discarded. He's going to get Noir and Fox. No targets for him, though, unfortunately. I'd cover Mementos here, to be honest. You should take away the play and move at Mementos. What does covering Palaces do for you here? It does put Fox into the easy move and kill with Akechi, but it means that he's not getting good Mementos turns in the meanwhile. Because, I mean, if I... Oh, he heard me. He heard me. I was about to say, if I were Dgessner, I would just jump between Prison and Mementos now that Guts is here. And he is going to go to Mementos this turn as well. Yes, that was the much better fate. Leaving Mementos open there would have been really bad. They're going to see a Battlefield Brand. Oh, but Meet with Ruin is going to trigger first. And Empty is gotten rid of. Oscape really needs to... Queen here is really good to lock that down. Now you got the worry of big Grail gains, but it's probably fine. Oscape really needs to get rid of Tempted. He's probably trying to wait for a turn he can do it with Betrayed at the same time. We're going to see Grail here. Did he draw Cup? We're going to see Gallows thrown out. These don't attach to Yaldabaoth, but because there are so many items that take up so much space, he's putting them here to say, like, hey, they are at the Velvet Room, but I'm just putting them to the side. I do this when I play Yaldabaoth as well. We are going to see a Compendium activate for 5 allies. Is he going to nuke Joker here with him? He is not. He's going to nuke Queen with Kopatengu and Cerberus. He's using Kopatengu to move Akechi into position for Fox. Honestly, I might have started moving Madarame here solely because you're in a pretty good position to just Gallows Madarame a little bit. We are going to see another fuse. He's going to get 2 power from Pixie and Justine. Who did he play with his ability? Oh, he chose not to play them with his ability and instead spend the 2 power on Grail. This is a good time to get Grail out. Good time to get Grail out. Oscape is going to go back over to Marsh, and he's going to play out Abandon and discard his hand so he can get rid of Betrayed here, but he's still going to have Tempted out. Playing under Tempted makes me want to die, man. Oh, man, Lavinza Restored is really... Nah, he's only at 6 cards anyway. I was about to say I'd probably hit Akechi and Madarame because now Fox is out of Akechi's range. Yeah. Lavinza Restored there wouldn't have been bad. It would have been good even, but I think that the all-out attack was better. Especially because it saves Fox immediately here. He's going to play Obarian to get the Fox kill anyway via Akechi. He's going to get Corcus. Ooh, Corcus and Jado at Tower of Rebirth. That's really bad. Pippin this is going to be a really, 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 really bad... that's not... He thinks that's Gaston. That's Jado. Oh, so he's going to kill Slan instead? I would have still played Corcus to Tower of Rebirth, I think. I think I still would have put Corcus to Tower of Rebirth, because if you get Pippin there, oh boy. Fox will die. He really wants Mementos open, even at the cost of less Grail power. Going to Mercenary Camp. If you have a challenge to play, it might be worth it. Otherwise, you probably just in your turn. And we're going to see an Idea of Evil's Will. Why? Just got nothing better to play? I mean, if you got nothing better to play, I'd go to Tower of Rebirth and discard my hand and get out of this form. Or in a form, get out of this Tempted. Tempted is so insidious. Oh, we're going to see a raise to get rid of Joker here. Well, any hero will save Joker. Decent odds on the reshuffle of getting a hero or at least Oracle. Did get Fox, so you move Madarame back. Actually, you don't want to move Madarame back here. You'd probably move Akechi, if anything. Move Akechi into Joker or something. Because, like, moving Madarame just gives more opportunities for his ability. Another Idea of Evil's Will. Oh, his Idea of Evil Will for Abandon is why he's doing it, which is fair. But you gotta get rid of Tempted, man. This is... I think that players, like, quote-unquote, fall for this mistake. Is he getting Madarame? He had another raise. Oh, my goodness. It's gonna get Guts up to 6. I just think of how different this game would be if he had played Joker earlier or played Panther into Akechi. I think it would have been way better for him. We're going to see Guilty here. He still has 2 more challenges to play. He's been hit by 2 demises, hasn't he? That's really rough. 2 demises is... Ugh. Gains 1 immediately from Holy Grail, so my castle triggers. Now he can get rid of Abandon. Joker dies to whatchamacallit. To raise. He's going to get out Electric Chair. The double demise hitting is what's really ruined. If he hits another demise here, dude, he's going for it. Okay, didn't get him this time, thankfully. Void is a little unfortunate to lose because he could have set up playing Void next turn while playing out a Demon Horde here. Which he is going to get the Demon Horde out and then go for the Fate. Tempted. messes up Griffith so much, dude. Queen to the top fate here. Or no, queen to prison is pretty nice here. I'd sooner cover prison than I would palaces. He really doesn't want to get hit with a fate here, though, which is fair. He's been under-tempted for so long. Just going to give up Madarame here? Yeah, that was the only reason he was keeping Madarame, was to kill a hero anyway. And then Rickard's going to get rid of that 2 power, unfortunately. Yeah, covering Marsh is better. I think you go to Mercenary this turn, gain 2, and then end your frigging turn to get rid of Tempted. And you can get rid of Abandon at the same time. And he's going to get Alone out instead, and then play a Demon Horde, and then discard to get rid of Alone. He's not going to get rid of Alone here. Interesting. Back over to prison with Dgessner. He's going to Fate, and he's going to get a Sanity Slipping and Corcus. Corcus on Jadot here is really annoying. Now he just needs to get Pippin, and then he's got the trifecta of Corcus, Jadot, Pippin, which is a really annoying combo to all be at one location. We're going to see Marsh here. He's going to Vivid Nightmare back in challenges, presumably. This is really risky because both Demises are in here. Although if I was Dgessner, I'd just be going to Mementos Prison here, really pumping up power, or even going and taking a Velvet Room turn if he has a strong Velvet Room turn. We're going to see Noir here. I'd cover Mementos. I would cover Mementos. Or Prison, to be honest. He is going to take the Velvet turn here. He's going to pay all 8 power to get out every single ally. So Suki and Cerberus presumably are just killing Noir here. Honestly, I probably would have taken one more Mementos turn before doing this just to draw that last card so that you could use Obarian to keep all of these guys in your reshuffle. But he could just do his best to leave out the allies that he doesn't want to lose, because he's going to reshuffle from playing cards from his hand this turn, presumably. Going to see Rongda and Suki fused. I'm surprised he's not killing Noir. He's going to get Sai. Oh, Sai is going to get him the reshuffles, potentially. Oh, yeah, it will immediately get the reshuffle because he has to pull Sai off the top. Wait, no, he shouldn't have done his reshuffle yet, should he have? These should be in the discard. Because Sai took the top card? You don't shuffle the deck then. No, I think this is wrong. Did I miss something? Kopatengu and Sai should be outside of... This should still be the discard. They should be going into the deck right now, I'm pretty sure. We're going to see Akechi and someone else fuse. Maybe I saw that turn wrong. Maybe I saw that turn wrong. But I think Sai and Kopa... That's a really big deal, Kopatengu being in the deck instead of in the discard. So hopefully I saw it wrong. Why is Okumura at +2 strength here? Oh, Agathion? Okay. I'm pretty sure Kopatengu and Sai should be in the deck, but I might be wrong. I'd have to go back and review the footage. This is a really... Shido, Okumura, and Kamoshida like this, though, is insane for Dgessner. It's not looking good for... We're going to see an Ubik play into... Is that the last challenge? Or no, he still has to play one more, but they're all out? No, there's one that isn't out. No, that was the last challenge. Okay. And then that's set up to be discarded. We're going to see move Obarian. Why didn't he try and do like a Cerberus kill to get rid of Noir? He could have gotten another move action here to get Shido moving. He's going to use Sanity Slip a Demon Horde easily. That's very frustrating. Oscape needs to discard... I would be getting rid of Tempted and the other stuff. Or seeing Meet with Ruin trigger. Taking whatever card he likes. Vivid Nightmare back in a Demon Horde, and then probably Slan or another Demon Horde. Slan. And then we'll get a Fate. Yeah, Panther onto Kamoshida's pretty good here. good timing for Panther. We'll see an uncovered prison turn. Gonna get Casca out. Honestly, I might sanity slip the Demon Hordes. Well, no, because if you leave Mercenary Camp uncovered, then he can just move it over anyway to manage it. No, I'd play Casca to Mercenary Camp here for sure, instead of Battlefield, just to take away that second play and that move. Take away more of his options. Then we're going to see a heavy discard. Oh, he played Suki into playing Wronged, I think. I was too busy looking at the fate he did. And he is going to do another fusion here. And it is going to be Madarame and take from Okumura. Madarame gets another +1 because of Caroline. He's using Wronged to put back in Akechi. I don't think you really need Akechi at this point. You just need movement tools. This Griffith is so gimped on fate pressure. As long as you rush, he won't be able to clean out faster. He is finally going to get tempted out of here. Thank goodness. He's just going to do a move gain 2. Don't think about this. Oh no, are we crashing again? I think we might be crashing again. Oh, we did. We did crash again. What the heck is the deal with Steam servers? Technical difficulties. We'll be right back in just a moment. Okay, we're back again. The Steam servers do not want us to finish this game. And it's not like server-wide Steam outages. It's just like certain areas, and it's hitting me and disconnecting me over and over. He is going to discard Tempted and then end his turn, and then we'll see another Velvet Room turn from Dgessner. This is looking pretty comfortably to be Dgessner's game, but of course things could change. I've said that in the other 2 games and things. I think the person I said was going to win still won, but it was like really off. But we're going to see him play Kopatengu here, and I still think that he did that wrong earlier, but I could be wrong. Hopefully it doesn't matter. It'll only potentially matter if this game ends up being really, really close. He's going to pay for Cerberus into killing Panther. He's going to throw out Pixie and Kopatengu into Okumura to immediately have Okumura kill Kopatengu. Obyron. Honestly, with how low this deck is, I might shuffle back in Kopatengu here. He's going to play Agathian and Nagaraja out. Because, like, fusing, like, Nagaraja or whoever into playing Kopatengu wouldn't be that bad. Thinking twice about it, leaving Nagaraja and Pixie out instead. The only thing stopping Dgessner from winning right now is move actions. He's just not going to do a fuse at all. So there goes empty. So Griffith is going to get into Showdown. And then Meet with Ruin is going to trigger again. Yeah, I definitely would have put Kopatengu back in with Meet with Ruin being a guaranteed trigger, I think. Because then you get to play Kopatengu from either Mementos or Prison, which would be really good. We are going to see Griffith get into Showdown, but he's got 3 challenges out. He's going to get rid of one of them with Abandon, but now that's an 8-strength Guts he has to deal with. Is he going to discard Ubik and Demon Horde here? We're going to see a Demonic Visitation first. You definitely want to Demonic Visitate first. Guilty means everyone is at +1, and he's probably going to play through Guilty the entire game. Getting rid of the Eclipse here is interesting. Honestly, drawing the Eclipse, I'd probably leave Alone out a little bit longer and try to get, and because you have the power for it, I'd try to get an Eclipse play. An Eclipse play here would be really... He heard me? He heard me? He can hear me talking? Like, eclipsing Guts and Casca after moving Conrad over to it would be... that'd be so good. Unfortunately, Slan isn't out, but still, it also lets you kill Rickert really soon. He is still going to get rid of Alone regardless, even if he does keep it, though. I'm not sure about that. And he will get Skull, and life will change. He's going to kill Agathion while covering the top fate. He's at 0 power. I mean, killing Agathion is nice, but I really feel like you're better off covering Prison here. Or even covering Mementos and killing... Honestly, covering Mementos and killing Nagaraja I think would have been better. You're going to give up Kamoshida here? I would save Kamoshida to potentially kill Joker or something. We're going to see a Demise of a Dream. He's going to hit Tempted. Oh my, he's hit like 3 demises. This has been an awful Griffith game for Oscape. This has been like a truly terrible Griffith game. Oh, he did end up getting rid of Eclipse as well. He doesn't have it. Gonna fuse out Kanashiro. And then have Okumura. What is... Why are you, like, fusing out Kanashiro, bro? Just get Shmoov and Shido and Madarame here. I see a Chaotic Ambition to move Shido again, and that's his turn. Over to Mercenary Camp, gonna see Slan thrown down here. Presumably. I'm gonna see a Demonic Visitation first. I would have played Slan into the Demonic, honestly. Discard all of that. He's gonna get Slan out, and the last one's a challenge. Oh, did he not draw a challenge there? That sucks. Yeah, I would be jumping Mementos and Palaces here, or Mementos and far left Velvet Room. Yeah, just move in Sheeta. It doesn't even matter if you don't play a card here, because now you have the power to go do Nagaraja Kopatengu shenanigans. Oh, Byron and Rongda are good targets as well to get the Chaotic Ambitions back in. Are we doing a Brand turn here to get a top fade off? Ugh, awful pull. This has been a very unlucky game for Oscape. Yeah, Lavenza Restored is probably your best shot here. Stop the Justine power gain. I'm gonna see Femto get a strength back. I don't think that he can do this fast enough. I'd go to Velvet Room here. Velvet Room and then activate back out Nagaraja, Kopatengu, and Obirion. Have Obirion put back in a Chaotic Ambition. Why would you... Why would you not go to Velvet Room here and just, like, threaten game? You literally need 3 move actions and you win. Why are you not... You'd get 2 move actions. You'd have game on board. What is he doing? I'm getting mad at him for no reason. I'm worried that the game is going to crash again, and Dgessner is over here essentially throwing. Well, he's not throwing. I don't think he can lose this game at this point. But, like, why would Velvet Room, you got at least 1, if not 2 moves, and if you didn't get 2 moves, you set up a second move with Nagaraja. You shuffle back in a Chaotic Ambition into your, like, 2 or 3 card deck. We're going to see Vivid Nightmare to put stuff back in. And then you've got the Mementos or Palaces move the following turn. That's double wild card. What an awful fate shuffle for Oscape. You just put Joker on top. Which means that if he had done the play I said, he would win this turn, assuming he drew a single ally. Which maybe his deck didn't have an ally set up. He would still put himself, like, 1 off. No, you don't shuffle. You just put Joker on top. You don't shuffle that. You don't shuffle the discard pile. Joker just goes... Just Joker, no other card. Okay, they got it. They got it. They figured it out. Yeah, just Joker goes on top. I was wondering if I'd have to type that. Yeah, that's how that works. When you put a card on top of a deck, you can put it on an empty deck. When you shuffle something into an empty deck, you have to shuffle the discard pile to make it, because otherwise it can't shuffle. Dgessner, just go to Mementos and move, or go to Velvet Room and activate. Why would you even bother going to Palaces? Why not give yourself 3 more power? What does fading again do for you here? Why did you move Madarame first? It doesn't matter because of how the activate works. All right, and this should be game. I feel a little bad for Oscape. This is a very unlucky Griffith game. If he has a single ally in hand, it's game over. If he doesn't have an ally in hand, then he sets up game. Kopatengu and Okuma are getting +1. Nagaraja and Pixie, and then do you have a fuse? He has a fuse, that's game. Nagaraja will move Madarame, Madarame will take 1 off of Shido, and then that's all 8. Alright, that's game. Very, very unlucky Griffith game for Oscape. He probably did the best he could other than discarding Tempted sooner, probably would have been really worth his time. Dgessner just hit, like, every single Demise of a Dream. Like, what are you supposed to do in that situation? I do think that Oscape misfaded Yaldabaoth a little bit here. He probably could have gotten some more momentum to help him a bit more, or at least given himself more turns by slowing Yaldabaoth down more if he had played it a little differently. But still great games from it. It disconnected again. Oh my goodness. Great timing, I guess. But thanks for watching. Let's go over to the bracket and see how it looks now. And so, with a couple of very good games, we will see Dgessner moving on to the finals to face either Dragonfly or Divitai, depending who wins the other semifinal match. Oscape has done great this year, but he has unfortunately lost. That puts him down at the bottom of the bracket. That little, those two little one-offs down there are the third place matches. So Oscape and Dgessner are both waiting to see who their opponents will be for their final games of this year's tournament arc. Very exciting. We've only got 3 games left to go before this year's tournament comes to a close. So I hope you're all really looking forward to it, and I'll see you next time for the other semifinal match. Until then, farewell.